Which smartphone platform actually wins in 2025? The numbers will shock you. On the surface, Android looks like the undisputed champion. As of Q4 2024, Android held approximately 72% of the global smartphone market, while Apple's iOS held just 28%. By sheer volume, Android ships more than twice as many devices every single quarter worldwide. But here is where the story flips entirely. In Apple's fiscal year 2024, iPhone revenue alone reached $201.2 billion, more than any single Android manufacturer's entire mobile business. Apple captures roughly 85% of global smartphone profits while selling less than 30% of devices. That is not a market share story. That is a pricing power story. The global picture tells only part of the story. In the United States, the world's most lucrative smartphone market, iOS crossed 57% market share by mid-2024, according to StatCounter data. For the first time, iPhone became the majority platform in America, where consumer spending power is highest and app revenue per user peaks. Loyalty may be Apple's most powerful competitive weapon. According to CIRP data from 2024, approximately 90% of iPhone users who upgraded their device chose another iPhone. Android's strongest brand, Samsung, retained roughly 76% of its users in the same period. Once someone enters the Apple ecosystem, they almost never leave. The app economy reveals another dramatic gap. In 2023, Apple's App Store generated an estimated $89 billion in gross revenue, according to Sensor Tower data, while Google Play generated approximately $47 billion. Despite Android's enormous user base advantage, iPhone users spend nearly twice as much on apps, making iOS the platform of choice for most developers chasing revenue. Security is another battleground where the numbers favor Apple. According to Kaspersky Research in 2023, Android devices accounted for over 98% of detected mobile malware globally, while iOS infections remained a fraction of a percent. Apple's tightly controlled closed ecosystem and mandatory App Store review process create a fundamentally harder target for attackers. So which platform truly wins in 2025? Android wins on global reach, affordability, and hardware diversity. 72% of the world chooses it for a reason. But Apple wins on profit margin, user loyalty, app revenue, and security. The numbers do not declare one universal winner. They reveal two very different definitions of winning, and which matters most depends entirely on what you value.